What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. And today we have the NG Models February 2021 tier list rankings for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. We finally have another tier list video after NG taking their large hiatus due to the Chinese New Year. But anyways, really excited to get back into the tier list for NG. I hope they had an awesome Chinese New Year to all those employees and everybody that makes NG Models possible. But finally, at last, the February 2021 pictures have arrived. They arrived last week, and I'm a little late to the show, so I apologize. As you guys have seen, lots of videos coming out that I've been working really hard on. That in real life content takes forever, but we're making it happen. So I'm really glad to be back in the house to cover NG, as I'm really excited for what they did in February. It's going to be very exciting. So why don't we jump in without any further delay? So as you guys can see right here, we have the NG Models website pulled up with the 2021 releases. The January ones have been removed, so that probably means that the April ones will be coming very soon. But let's take a look at all the models that we have here for NG for February 2021. Looking really solid. A very interesting lineup, that's for sure. So yeah, let's get started down here with wasting no time with our models today. So we will begin with the Gemini, or sorry, no. The NG Models 1:400 scale American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the chrome livery with winglets. NG did a chrome winglet and a non-winglet 737-800, which I'm very excited about. This release was once again another very interesting one. There were quite a few retro models thrown in here. The only modern ones were, I guess, the Alaska kind of, and then the Garuda Indonesia 332, and then the MRTT. And that I think was it. So very limited in terms of modern aircraft, but we have quite a few retro, including this American 737. Big shout out to B767. He got this tail number requested. I believe he's flown on it and it was done for him, so that's fantastic. This is an awesome aircraft. And let's waste no further time. I'm sure you guys know my thoughts at this point. I'm very excited for this. I did order one of these aircraft. I probably should have bought two, because just look at this thing. Let's get started. There's a few minor things that definitely stand out like a sore thumb, but overall a very good job by NG Models. Starting up here with the nose cone looking good, great detail with the cockpit windows. We do have this line that comes off, just simple QC, and we're going to see a ton of that throughout this model. This is a very hard livery to do, so I completely understand. And then you got the landing gear down here. 3BN is the fleet number of this aircraft. You got the L1 boarding door, and this detail is phenomenal like we talked about. Got the One World logo, a few more paint splatters throughout here, but what can you do? I got the American Airlines billboard titles throughout, and then this section looking very nice. As you can see, there's a few red specks throughout. Like I said, what can you do? Still looking solid. So here's where it creases into the that grayish color throughout the fuselage. You got the CF56 engines in the lower landing gear, followed by the wing here. One thing to note, one of the bigger precise details, I guess, if you will, is the American Airlines titles are a little too far up on the wing line. We'll talk about that a little bit more once we see the real life picture. Just keep that distance in mind. Here are the doors right here. These dots are probably supposed to be here since they're so symmetrical. That's my guess. I probably should know off the top of my head. Great emergency exit detail on the doors here. That side of the winglet looks a little better. Then you got that antenna right there, the two down there. This came out a little rough right here, but like I said, what can you do? This is November 936 Alpha November 3BN right here, and then there's that gray going out throughout. Here's some real rough paint splatters right here. You got the back door right here looking sharp. Then the American Airlines titles. One thing that I am very pleased with is it looks like they got literally the perfect position. So that is the American 737 right here. Let's take a look at its real life counterpart right here. Looking really sharp. Those dots are supposed to be there, it looks like, but as you can see, the American Airlines titles are much lower than what it is right here. Besides that, you know, the QC, it is what it is. Like I said, it's a very hard livery to do, but ultimately not a bad job at all by NG. Going to be very similar to that flagship Freedom model that they did, and once again, as usual, all credit goes to the respective photographers. We have quite a few from planespotters.net in here today. So yeah, looking really sharp. So let's take a look what I gave this model. Here's our list for February. Here's 737, sorry. Come on, File Explorer, get out of there. All right. You got 17 for the mold, 17.5 for color, which I do feel like they did a great job. And I did, because of those small minor flaws, especially that winglet, did bring details down to 13 for 95%. And tier list is not open. That's a massive oopsie on my part, so let's get that open real quick. Alrighty, here we go. So sorry for not having that ready, but we are here. Like we talked about, goes into perfect. Really excited for that model. Probably should have got two, but we got one inbound. On to our next model. These came out, I don't know what they did with the numbering, but they are way out of order. So let's find there it is, the non-winglet rendition. Some similar things to go on with here, but for the most part, not a bad iteration at all. Same line right there, which is rough, but what can you do? And very similar, you got a yellow dot this time on the front. This is 955, I believe. We'll double check that. Same little splatter right there. Yeah, those dots are definitely meant to be there. And then you got no winglets, looking really sharp in that same plane splatter, but ultimately not too bad. 955 Alpha November is correct. Very similar iteration to the winglet version, just slightly different with the no winglets. And then if we take it over to the aircraft here, 13.5, I bumped it up just slightly because of the winglet not being there. I mean, if you're going to do extra details, got to get them right. But ultimately, not a great model. What am I even talking about? These are not bad models by any means. If I ever make it sound that way, no, absolutely not. That is the last thing I'm trying to make it sound like. Another perfect model. I mean, NG's just killing it, man. Just these QC issues. I did get to talk to them a little bit on Instagram. They're finally back doing a little bit of Instagram. And from what they told me, they're moving in, or they're getting an additional factory in June, which is going to be very helpful. And just really, really exciting stuff. And they also said that stands will be rolling out at some point, which will be very exciting. Next up, we will do the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the split scimitars in the House Boeing livery. Really, really neat combo. One thing that you guys may start to really notice as we start to find more colors is the Photoshop, like as usual for the last many months, is just marked up like Gemini on heavies. I mean, absolutely insane. So let's take a look. Now, I have seen a little bit of debate about these nose shapes. Ultimately, I just think it's the different angles giving you the optical illusion. So you got the cockpit windows and then the nose looking kind of interesting, but I think it's the angle like we've talked about. Probably all 737s, all Boeing 737s, I believe. And then you got the L1 boarding door, and then it says something right there. Got no clue what it says. And you got the nice shades of blue here. This is white. This is not tan. This is simply because the gloss on the flash and the ring light combined, or the ring light, I should say, sorry, or a light bar, whatever it is, just made such a reflection. You got all the windows, and they really did a good job. Now, there's no bad paint splatters or anything on here from my observations. It looks really nice. Really nice job on the landing gear down here. This is phenomenal work. This is what we want to pay $43 for. I'm a little ashamed that I didn't get this model. Unfortunately, they repainted it recently, I believe back in December-ish. Very, very unfortunate for sure. Got the Alaska titles right here. This is November 512 Alpha Sierra. I have seen this aircraft actually. It was from, actually, I'll just show you guys. Here she is right here, landing at Dallas-Fort Worth in October of 2018. As you can see, the nose cone was white at that time, but what can you do? I know these pictures are awful, but I mean, I still got it, so that's kind of cool. Just a little sad that they repainted it, but what can you do? And I know they were pretty awful shots, like I said. Just ultimately very fuzzy, and just with that 75/300 all the way out there, it's a little hard, and it was heat haze central and all these factors combined, but still very cool. And I think I may have saw it one other time, but that's the time that I remember off the top of my head. And there's the United 550 to look at. But yeah, ultimately a fantastic model. Killing it with these colors, man. Detail, like we've talked about, is really, really good. Sorry the computer's slow. I really need a new one bad. Anyway, 17 for the mold, 17.5 for the color, 14.5 for the details because they really nailed it. They'll put it up to 98% and another perfect model. NG doing a fantastic job, man. They are really killing it. Actually, let's just get rid of that. Chester looking as good as ever, and I'm really, really glad to see that they have done another awesome iteration of Chester. Let's see here. What is our next model? Sorry, I probably should have looked. And then here's the non-winglet 737-800, and then Chester looking very sharp right here. Kind of brought up my photo, but this one is much better than mine, as I'm sure you guys can tell. All right, let's do the I can't talk. Sorry, guys. Garuda Indonesia Airbus A330-200 in their current paint scheme. Now, the 300 was done a few months ago, so I'm glad to see that they continue to do iterations. This model is also really nice. That A330 mold from NG, that's definitely the best one on the market. You can't get any better. Got the cockpit windows, got the SkyTeam logo, L1 boarding door, another SkyTeam logo. Very interesting that they have two in close proximity. Pitot tubes, got their flag right there. All the windows, now it's 200, so it's a little shorter. Wi-Fi box, L2 boarding door. I got the Garuda Indonesia titles. I saw where somebody made a remark that they're a little high on the fuselage, which maybe slightly, but not too bad. That looks like a whisker or something. Doesn't look like a paint scratch or anything. Get these awesome. I want to say these are Rolls-Royce engines. I could be wrong on that, so don't take my word for it. Got the winglets here. Got the third door, L4 door. Registration looks slightly big compared to what it is in real life. Just slightly, not too big of a deal. Fourth door, and then these colors. I know they look really, really rich. NG loves that Photoshop, man. They go absolutely hard with it. Oh, sorry. I'm struggling today. Let's pull up the real life picture of it right here. I'm not sure if it has this decal on the other side. That's a great question, but this is just the same tail number. As you can tell, it's a little smaller right here, it looks like, but ultimately, fantastic job by NG. Another awesome model. And they got 17 for the mold, 17.5 for the color, 14 for the detail, puts it to 97%. They keep killing it, man. They really do. And I'm very, very impressed with these guys. They're ultimately doing an awesome job. Glad to see that they were doing good work during their little hiatus. Next model, let's do the MRTT, which is right here. This model's detail, that stands out like a sore thumb. As long as it's not coming broken, which I don't think any of the MRTTs have, this is phenomenal. Cockpit windows, you got the nose. 041 is the tel number kind of thing for the military. 31 Hertz, I believe is what that says. Got the landing gear right here. Nice yellow trim around the door, looks really sharp. And then all this detail throughout here. Really, really neat shade of gray that they use on these aircraft. In real life, not the model. The model looks sharp. Army de Lar, or something like that. Sorry if I botched it. Engines, get the landing gear. Got the tubes right here. I believe those are, I think they have something to do with I got no clue. I'm not even gonna try to guess because I'll get roasted. You got the winglets right here. You got that third door. All these antennas looking really cool. Very cool that they can do all this detail. That's phenomenal work. You got the L4 door, and then registration is Foxtrot Uniform Golf Charlie Foxtrot Uniform Juliet Charlie Golf. You got the really cool thing back here. I believe this is for refueling purposes. A330 MRTT, and I can't see what it says. I got the flag right here. I believe some sort of checker design, and then you got all this detail. This detail, man. No complaints with that, baby. That thing is a full-on unit. Taking it down here, 17 for the mold, 17.5 for the color, 15 for the detail. Will take us over to perfect once again. Another awesome job, and NG continues to kill it. They having a hard time finding ways to mess up. The QC is the only minor issue, but luckily, hopefully it's getting better. We'll have to see. Let's do our L1011s next. Let's find that Air Lanky. Let's see. Where are you? There it is. Really, really neat. I would absolutely love to get an L1011. I think they still have some United ones that they could do, so that would be really cool. Very unique nose design, of course, and then all this detail just looks phenomenal. Just look at all this down here, phenomenal. UALs, the last three letters of registration. Nice color of red on this livery. I've never heard of this airline before, so don't judge. I believe you got a cross emblem on the doors right here. That's what it looks like. It may be for someone else. My apologies if it is. Some sort of T shape, I should say. Probably all the first class and business class, and then probably all the economy throughout here. But the engine's right here. And then you got the landing gear, the wings. I like that metallic color. That's really nice. Got the TriStar up here on the third engine. This is 4 Romeo. What is it? Uniform Lima Alpha right here. You got the horizontal stabilizer and then the tail design. Really, really cool. Another awesome L1011. Those retro guys, man, they love those things, and I don't blame them. Let me see if I can find that picture. There's the MRTT, by the way. Sorry for missing that. There she is. This is an older website, very, very cool one. Yeah, it looks really, really good. That flag wasn't there. There was a couple other small details that I noticed. I think these black boxes were one of them, but I think that's a different iteration. And then that decal up there on the nose, that was the other thing. Ultimately, though, NG continues to dominate. 17 for the mold, 17.5 for the color, 14.5 for the details, give it a 98%. They continue to rock it, man. They really have. They've got the colors together, man. They look awesome. And some of it may just be the beginning of that insane Photoshop range, just getting used to it. But they definitely missed it slightly with the JetBlue and the United Star Alliance blue shade. Those definitely come to mind. But really, really glad to see that they're just nailing it regardless. Gulf Air L1011. This is going to be a popular hit. These guys are going to go insane for this, and I can't blame them. It's a beautiful airplane. So let's take a look at the Gulf Air. All right. I got TriStar up here on the front. You got that same emblem right here. I'm sorry that I don't know what it is. Somebody wants to tell me, please do. I got the purple, green, and red shade. This detail on the L1011, I would love to have one of these. You got the red antenna this time, Gulf Air. I wish they would think about angling it a little differently so we didn't have that reflection, but what can you do? Definitely brings out that gold shade, that's for sure. L2 door, and then you got the engine right here, that same metallic. Very interesting. This one's in a different configuration. So you got a bigger door right here, that's L3, and then a very small L4 door. So very interesting. I'm not sure. I would take a guess that's more seats, but very, very cool. Got the Golden Falcon titles up here on the front, and then you got the Eagle right here currently grinding. Looking really, really good. NG continues to kill it. That's going to be a hit right there. And they did a great job on it. 17 for the mold, 17.5 for the color, 14.5 for the details, 98%. That thing's going to go hard. People are going to love that. And another one that's going to go really, really hard that I would absolutely love to get my hands on, the final model of this video, the Pan Am Boeing 747-SP in the China Clipper livery. Wow. I would love to have that thing in my collection. I don't even know what more to say. Let's take a look. The American 747 has unfortunately got delayed till April, but we'll get that when it comes in. I do have that one on order, and a non-winglet 737 should clarify. And sorry about that reflection. Hard to get the ISO going with all these intervals. Putting it on auto would have made it too dark in some situations, so just put it on automatic preset. All right, you got the nose cone looking nice, and then I believe this is all the first class, I think, something like that. The cockpit windows with some phenomenal detail. This shade does look very, very bright right here. That's just the enhanced Photoshop going really hard on the gray. I saw a picture from the DG Pilot the other day, and it looked fine, so I'm really, really glad to see that. And my brother doesn't even live here, but he's currently heading down to the pond, so that's something I see out of the corner of my eye, but there we go. I got the L1 boarding door and L2. Pan Am titles throughout. Icon. I love these engines. This is just straight 1960s, 70 designs right here. Yeah, 1960s, I think. Sorry if I'm off, but I think it's 1960s or 70s. I got the L3 door right here in the L4. This is November 540 Papa Alpha. Boeing 747 SP titles. Icon. I hate to say it, but every time I think of Pan Am, I initially think of the absolutely devastating collision on the runway in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on that island with the KLM 747. When both aircraft, very low visibility, and they ended up hitting each other when the KLM was taking off, I believe, or it may have been the Pan Am. But yeah, Air Crash Investigations did an awesome video on that, so I highly recommend checking that out. But very, very sad. But Pan Am was an icon, that's for sure. I missed these guys. They were awesome and really got the ball rolling for American Airlines or United States travel. They made their impact, man. Between John F. Kennedy, they had establishments in Los Angeles too, I believe. They did awesome. NG did an awesome job representing our boys as well. You got 16.5 for the mold. That's simply because there's been some QC issues in the past. I think they're getting them resolved though, so that's very encouraging. 17.5 for the color, 14.5 for the detail, 97%. There's the Gulf Air. People are going to lose their minds over that. That is awesome. Hong Kong Thai Tac. That's another airport I miss. Really nice to get some retro vibes in here too with all these retro models. And there's Pan Am. All these this website's really cool. This is the AustriaAirlines.org. It looks like. January 2001, sunshine in New York, looking sharp. Now this one says White Falcon on the nose. In the model, it says China Clipper. So I think this was during a different time when it had the those titles on there. But as you can see, it's a much darker shade in this photo, and it's a much lighter shade. That's what I meant. Sorry, I got them backwards. It's much darker on the model. They got it right, but in the Photoshop, that saturation, for whatever reason, made it come out super light. But I mean, that's just a phenomenal unit right there. That mold is awesome. Another perfect. Don't even have to look. Or we already looked. My bad. So that will do it for today's video, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Really glad to see NG out of hibernation. Very, very exciting. The models to sell out for this month are the American Airlines 737, both of them. The L1011 for both Air Linky and Gulf Air, both sold out as well. And there also the new mold was the OTT Airlines ARJ 21700, which is $72, and that is like I said, new mold 1/200 scale, so very, very cool. And then everything's still available. The Alaska Pan Am grew to Indonesia, and then the MRTT, and of course that ARJ. Kind of interesting to see very limited molds in this release. We did not have a 787, 757, ARJ21 and 1-400, no YC20s. None of those have been done for a while. Am I forgetting any? I think I have the majority of them. If I may be forgetting one, but what a facility right here. NG continues to kill it. Like I said, both the American 737s and the American 747 SP for me. I really wanted the Alaskan Pan Am, but I'm really glad I decided to save my money because GJ March dropped the bomb, and I think I made a good choice with the saving. So yeah, also with this, the Chinese 737s have finally came from the November set. So the November Part 2 tier list will be coming very soon as well. Expect that sometime next week probably. Yeah, November's going to be done in April, but I'm really, really glad that we're finally going to be able to get that out. That will include the British Airways 757s and the whatever the aircraft were. I completely forgot at this point, but I got the list somewhere. British 757s, and then there was a couple others. It came out in January, and then the Chinese 737s finally arrived this month, including that Air China, pardon me, the X-Men Air, and our China Southern in those special liveries. So yeah, very, very exciting. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think NG is going to do. I'm sure they're going to drop the bomb for April. They may have already done so if they by the time this video is coming out. And if they do it, it's going to be mass chaos with GJ March on the horizon, and then NG, if they do anything absolutely insane, it's going to be madness. It's going to be unbelievable. Luckily, my budget's holding a little strong. I'm sure you guys are really, I'm sure some of you guys are really struggling. I'm very sorry to all you guys. Just try to work if you can, and every opportunity, every dollar counts. It makes a huge difference. So I really hope you guys are able to get some money for these models if you guys are into that sort of thing. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really glad to see NG back from hibernation. The November Part 2 will be coming probably next week or so. But I wanted to get this done because obviously this is kind of the hot topic, if you will. But yeah, Part 2 will be coming, and then we'll have a lot to talk about. I do want to do a video on the new TU204 and 214 molds, I believe. So yeah, very, very excited for that. But yeah, that will do it for today's video, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.